Hello everyone. We know that you're always expecting that we bring some news to you so you can make very informed decision about current Calgary real estate market. Obviously, it is winter. There's lots of snow outside and temperature is really low right now. It is about minus 15 degrees Celsius, and that is why things are quite slow in Calgary right now. So now we're going to discuss today what is going to happen in 2026. What should you expect? And we will also talk about the Bank of Canada's interest rate decision. Now, before I do that, I just want to start actually with that, there is a new report from Royal LePage that just came out, and they are expecting that Calgary's home prices will go up in 2026. I know it is kind of surprise, but actually a lot of things are in play here. As we know, our Alberta's population and obviously Calgary's population has been growing quite a bit. Lots of people have been moving here from other provinces, and obviously the immigration has slowed at this moment. Those are some of the factors that we will discuss today in our report here. But before I do that, I just wanted to discuss with you guys about Bank of Canada's decision. As most of you know, that Bank of Canada has decided to keep its interest rate at 2.25. So the reason behind that is, they want to make sure that inflation stays under control, close to 2%, and the economy did really good. A couple of things, as you guys know, that Canada added quite a few jobs, and inflation stayed actually in check. But at the same time, our economy also grew by about 0.6%. So those were the reasons, but there is still some uncertainty. And that uncertainty is actually brought to us by our neighbors because of the tariffs. So our deals for trade are still not in place yet. And that is going to still actually keep that uncertainty in everybody's mind. We're all expecting something that needs to be done as soon as possible. But again, there are things that, our government can do and their government can do to put it all together, and hopefully sooner or later it gets done so things can start be a little more smooth, I suppose. So now I'll go back actually to our report here. That is actually done by Royal LePage, real estate company. The thing is, most of our real estate companies like Remax, Royal LePage, they all do their own reports, and they always predict about what's going to happen in any particular city. Now, this report that is out actually by Royal LePage just recently, they're saying that Calgary's home prices will go up modestly in 2026. And the reason behind that is that our city's population is growing. Now, let's start with actually first of all, Alberta's population. Now, you guys probably know that Alberta has crossed 5 million population already. And just because we had seen a big jump actually starting from about 2020, and a lot of people started moving here because of affordability, and that is why our house prices really went up. Our economy wasn't that strong, but because people were moving here, house prices went really up. And by the third quarter of 2025, we have already crossed 5 million. Now, just keep this in mind. They are expecting that people will keep moving to Alberta. And now it will depend on so many different factors about like economy and how many jobs we have here. And if they say that this thing just gets out of hand, where a lot of people are moving here, they are saying that we will cross like 8.5 million by 2051. That is still a long time, but obviously that means we're moving in the right direction. But even if this growth is very slow, we'll still actually be pretty close to 6.5 million. But you guys know that even our current mayor, Farkas, made actually the statement that Calgary is going to have population somewhere close to 2 million by the end of his term, which seems quite unrealistic at this time, but we'll see how that goes. So now let's start talking about Calgary then. As you can see in this graph right here, Calgary's population also started going up quite a bit by 2022. It jumped quite high. And we are pretty close to right now about 1.6 million here. And you know, this is a prediction right here in this graph right here for Calgary. You guys can see we had pretty good growth in the years of 2023, and 2024 was also predicting. This is an old report, but it is coming from city of Calgary. And as you can see that our population growth is going to stay in positive territory, even when you're looking at percentage wise and the growth wise. Actually at the bottom, that is net migration that you're seeing in thousands, that this is how many people they're expecting every year to move. And if the economy starts to move fast, obviously that growth will change as well, and we'll see. So now these are the exact reasons they're saying that the property prices will go up. And some of you are probably thinking that, how come property prices could go up? We have so much inventory. Keep this in mind. And I have even in the past really suggested everybody, if you are thinking to buy a detached home and semi-detached home, those categories are still doing well. Like, I mean, obviously prices have reduced, but at the same time, we are the condo market is and townhouse market is struggling quite a bit. So, but the thing is, if somebody is really thinking to buy a detached home, that market will adjust price to somewhat level, and after that it can only go up. They're coming down right now, as you know, but they will only come down to one level, and from that level they can only go up after that. So that's where just because so many people are going to be moving here, so that's what Royal Page has said, that our price growth will be it'll be modest, but we will see some price growth in 2026. And even in my previous videos, I have been mentioning it to everybody that just the winter months market will be slow, but the market will be quite active coming spring months. Starting from April, it will be quite active. So keep those parts in mind. Now let's talk about the interest rate increases by the bank. Surprisingly, our last video in Punjabi got more than 40,000 views because we made that video regarding fixed rate mortgage prices that have gone up. The interest rates, have gone up. And here you can see in this chart, which is, we bring this from Rate Hub to give everybody information. And keep this in mind, sometimes they might not be as accurate because sometimes they don't update as soon as possible. The bank has increased the interest rate. So you can still see here that even Scotiabank, TD, actually they're showing right here about 4.29, but we had people that were saying that you get it around 4.44 for 3 years, and for the even for the variable mortgage, it was close to 4.34, but they're showing here different rates. So when you're shopping, make sure that you talk to different banks to see what kind of rate you can get. But keep in mind, if you have interest rate less than 4%, you can definitely take advantage of that. And here are the numbers for weekly, last week for Calgary. As you know that, in winter months, we don't get much inventory. It's really cold outside right now. So we only had 366 new listings that came into the market. 55 were back onto the market. 294 properties saw a price decrease. 11 properties saw a price increase. 247 properties were pending. 323 properties were sold. 109 properties were expired. 4 properties were withdrawn, and 204 properties were terminated. We'll see actually the listings will start going up actually even by the end of January, and then they'll keep going up for 3-4 months before we start seeing that pause. And if you have any question regarding real estate, if you need any help with any of your real estate needs, please give us a call at 403-689-2345. Thank you.